Well, today is today. Well, today is the day. I said today is today. The Royal Rumble. And if you are a WWE fan, I'm pretty excited about this one because we don't have a clear winner of who's going to win the Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania, one of the biggest sports event in all of sports entertainment, to challenge for the title. Now, I'm going to get to that later on because the Royal Rumble is going to be the main event as usual. This is one of my favorite pay-per-views along with Survivor Series and WrestleMania, of course. So I figured I'd come out with predictions. And I'm a hardcore WWE fan. I've been watching it since I was 8 years old. And since I watched it crumble from the old days, from when it was good, from the Attitude Era, which was my personal time. My personal favorite when Shelton Benjamin, Shawn Michaels was still in the company, Kurt Angle, and Jeff Hardy, Triple H, Carlito, Chris Masters, all those other old superstars, Edge, who are now Hall of Famers and have gone their own way and have disappeared now. So the show's a lot different now, and of course I know it's scripted, but I watch it because it's still entertaining, it's still funny, and I still have a couple favorites in the company, even new people that have just entered the company, from Shield members and some of the women's competitors that are really skilled in the ring. But I'm going to go through every single match one by one and give my predictions. And the Royal Rumble, I have a couple things I want to say about that. And we don't even know who's going to win. I don't even know who's going to win. And it's so unpredictable. And I think that's the really good thing about this pay-per-view is that unlike last year's when we had the one versus all Royal Rumble where Roman Reigns, it was almost as if the odds was against Roman Reigns. But obviously I knew he was going to win. I don't have anything against Roman Reigns. He's gotten better in the ring, but he's not as good on the microphone as usual. But I still like him for who he is as his character, and pretty cool. And the Make-A-Wish stuff that he does, he started doing along with some other superstars. So I'm gonna go through the matches, and there's two kickoff matches for this pay-per-view. The kickoff matches are before the pay-per-view gets started and will lead us into the main matches in the main show for the pay-per-view event. I don't know which one is going to be first. So first we have Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax in a kickoff match before the Royal Rumble. Now, Sasha Banks is injured, so I don't really see her winning, but I would love to see Sasha Banks win. Nia Jax, I think Nia Jax should personally be in the Rumble. This match shouldn't really happen. And I think Nia Jax is one of those women competitors that belongs in the Royal Rumble, just like Beth Phoenix when she eliminated the Great Khali. I think that actually happened. Beth Phoenix, when she was still in the company, she eliminated Great Khali in the Royal Rumble, or was that somebody else? But I don't know. This match seems pointless to me. But I would love to see Sasha Banks win, but I don't know. I don't see her winning with her injury unless she wins by count out. But I feel like this will probably result in a brawl, and it'll be a double disqualification, no contest or whatever. I don't know, but I'm gonna pick not Sasha Banks. Maybe she'll find a way to win. The next kickoff match, this should be on the actual show to me because they're pretty good tag teams. Both tag teams are. This is for the Raw Tag Team Championship. It's gonna be Cesaro and Sheamus taking on Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson, aka the Club. They're pretty good in the ring. I like Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I'm going to pick Cesaro and Sheamus to retain. But in this match, they don't even tell you. They just say on the website here, it's for the Raw Tag Team Championship. It's going to be two referees calling this match down the middle. So just in case one of the referees ends up getting taken out, the other one can still call the match. And if someone's down for the count and the other referee can't do the pinfall, the other referee can jump in to really pick a winner and see everything that happens. If it's something cheap happens and something that doesn't supposed to happen, you can automatically disqualify the other team or something else like that. So I guess that's probably why they set this up. But I wouldn't even have actually a problem with Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson winning the tag team championship. But I'm going to go with Cesaro and Sheamus to retain. So those are the kickoff matches. And now to the main show. We have a couple matches before the Royal Rumble, because most of these superstars that have championships, actual championships, like the U.S. title, like Chris Jericho does, and the Intercontinental Championship Dean Ambrose has, they're competitors in the Rumble, and they don't have to defend their title at the Royal Rumble. But as if they were going to win. I don't know. But Becky Lynch. Wait a minute. This is a kickoff match. I didn't know this was a kickoff. Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Natalya. I thought Becky Lynch was going against Alexa Bliss from SmackDown for the women's title. What happened to that match? Oh my God. So it's 3 kickoff matches. I'm surprised at this one. This one really caught me off guard. So I'm gonna pick the faces to win this over the heels. But it's gonna be nice to see Mickie James in the ring. See if she has some new moves and stuff. So she did return recently. She was the little masked fighter, which helped Alexa Bliss win her title successfully in the steel cage match against Becky Lynch. But I'm gonna put Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Naomi over to win this tag team match over Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Natalya in the kickoff. Now on to the main show. I don't get why this is happening. That is a kickoff match. But WWE Cruiserweight Champion Rich Swann versus Neville. I like the Cruiserweight division. It's exclusive to Raw, and I really enjoy watching the matches because there's so much talent, and they're really entertaining in my opinion. I like both of these guys. Neville's a heel now. He's not even a good guy anymore. But maybe Neville will probably win. But I'm gonna pick Rich Swann to retain, but I don't have an issue with Neville winning either. But now Raw's Women's Champion, Raw's Women's Championship. I am butchering words right now. Charlotte Flair versus Bayley. Both competitors are good, and one thing I don't like about this is that how they say, oh, Charlotte's 15-0 at these pay-per-views. Most of those matches and those pay-per-view events that took place, including WrestleMania, that took place last year, Ric Flair got involved in every single match. So how can you say that, oh, she's 15-0? Those weren't even legitimate victories. Ric Flair was always getting involved when Sasha Banks was going to win. These other women's competitors were close to capitalizing on the women's title. And just at WrestleMania, like Ric Flair throwing his jacket over, I think it was Becky Lynch that was on Raw before she had moved to SmackDown before the draft, and he got involved in that match. He was been involved in every single match before she let her go in that promo, saying she doesn't need him when he's always been there and contributed to every single win that she had for most of these victories at pay-per-view. But not saying she's not skilled, but why did they do that? They made her get to go on the street, but Ric Flair was always in every single match that involved before in almost most of her victories. But she has a lot of wrestling skill too. And Bayley, she's good too. I would really like to see Bayley win this match. I'm gonna go with Bayley for this. So I'm gonna pick Bayley over Charlotte Flair. So in my for my prediction. Now, the Universal Championship match. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. And they even put in parentheses here, which I didn't even know. I know Chris Jericho's in the cage above the ring. It says a no disqualification match. But I feel like something's going to happen here. I think Kevin Owens is going to find a way to retain. And maybe Chris Jericho is probably going to have like a key. He'll probably have a spare key. And, maybe Kevin Owens will find a way to free Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho's going to find a way to get out of the cage and get involved in the match, and it'll be a 2-on-1 contest, and Roman Reigns will probably end up losing the match. So definitely, maybe that's probably not going to happen, but I know something is definitely going to cause cause Kevin Owens to retain the championship. Maybe someone else might get involved in the match too. WWE Champion AJ Styles versus John Cena. I think John Cena is going to win this, and he's going to be a 16-time world champion. He's going to tie Ric Flair's record, and I think that'll probably be the last one that he holds. I don't know. AJ Styles has been on a good run, and he has a good title reign, but I think it's going to be crumbled by John Cena. I personally like both of them. John Cena has some inspirational mic skills, and I'm sure he's not that good in the ring. He's not a wrestler and as technical as AJ Styles and these other competitors are, but I like him for who he is. And I know most people don't like him, but I can agree. Oh, he does the same moves over and over, and it's predictable now. But I like his mic skills and his character for who he is, and the things he does outside of the ring is really admirable, and that's just my opinion. But I don't care about his wrestling skills, but I still see John Cena winning this. But it'll be cool to see AJ Styles retain the title, but I think John Cena is going to end up winning. Now, the Royal Rumble. Before I even share my predictions about this match, I'm wearing this t-shirt for Rey Mysterio, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers in the company, alongside Shawn Michaels, John Morrison, and many others, Edge, RVD, so many other favorites that I have. This was my favorite WrestleMania moment when Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble match, and he was in there for over an hour, and I think he was one of the first two to come in there. I think he was number one that he came. I forgot when this Royal Rumble took place, but that was my personal favorite Royal Rumble. He ended up winning the Royal Rumble, and he beat Kurt Angle and Randy Orton at the main event at WrestleMania and became the champion. And people thought that, oh, he's not good enough to be a champion just because he's little, and he's the biggest little man in the WWE. And I always remember him as that way. And his moves are good. He was really quick, and I really liked him in the Survivor Series 2005 SmackDown versus Raw matchup too. So I figured I share that. That's always gonna be my favorite Royal Rumble. But this Royal Rumble is packed with a lot of powerhouses. Let's see here. You got the Undertaker. You got Goldberg. You have Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. He's really good, and I would really like to see him possibly win and dominate. But I don't know. It would be pretty sweet to see him win, but it's so many guys in here that's in the Rumble. We got Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose is in it, but he's not going to win. Obviously, he has the Intercontinental Championship. Randy Orton is in it. Seth Rollins was in it. I don't know why they still have his picture in here on the website as if he's in it. He lost his spot to Sami Zayn because Triple H's music came on, and as if he was going to come out. But it's so many just superstars. I think this is going to be the most unpredictable Royal Rumble to ever take place on the show. But who would I like to win? I probably wouldn't be able to really answer that because I don't know who's going to win, and it's so unpredictable. I really wanted to see Seth Rollins win this Rumble, but he's not even in the Rumble now. So what is he going to do? Now that just makes me think that since Seth Rollins is not in the Rumble, maybe he's going to probably get involved in that Roman Reigns Kevin Owens match when it becomes a 2-on-1 contest, when Chris Jericho suddenly finds a way to get out of that cage from above the ring, and then he'll probably end up facing Chris Jericho. But I think, honestly, they're setting it up where Seth Rollins is going to be able to go against Triple H at WrestleMania, which will really be good, a good match that I would love to see. But I would really love to see Seth Rollins find a way to get in the Rumble, and then he ends up winning it, even though he didn't really have a spot. Just remember what happened to Curtis Axel when he was coming out, and he never got in the Royal Rumble and said, oh, he never lost. Oh, I never lost the Royal Rumble. It might be something similar to that. And maybe someone else might get injured where, where Seth Rollins can probably take that spot and possibly be in a Rumble. It's also some surprise superstars that might return. I think Finn Balor's Brian Bouncer will come back from his injury, so he's been gone for a while. I think the Royal Rumble is perfect for him to come back. Maybe he'll possibly win. But this is, again, this is a good one for picking anyone that you want to see that could possibly win. I think this is anybody's ball game. You don't even know. Baron Corbin's in the Royal Rumble. So many other superstars are in this, but I don't know. Maybe are they gonna let Undertaker win this? Who's gonna eliminate Undertaker? And it's just so many questions about this. And one other my main question about this Royal Rumble is that even if we have a winner, Any superstar can win it, but what title are they gonna go for? Because once you win the Royal Rumble, you're automatically the #1 contender for that title for a championship match to main event at WrestleMania. So will the winner be able to choose a championship match a champion that they want to challenge? Because it's the brands are split now and separate now, and they never really mentioned that. But now that I think about it, if a Raw superstar win, maybe they can only challenge for the Universal title championship, or maybe if a SmackDown superstar wins, they only can challenge for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe it's gonna work like that. But that would be pretty sweet if they can choose whatever championship they can go to. They want to challenge for it, and then if a Raw superstar wins and they feel like challenging the SmackDown for the SmackDown championship, they can make their move to SmackDown and be drafted over there and be on SmackDown and try to challenge for the heavyweight championship versus Cena or AJ Styles. But it's just, I don't know what's gonna happen in tonight's Royal Rumble for who's gonna win. But I'm just gonna throw some predictions. Maybe Undertaker probably will win, but I think he already won a Royal Rumble in the past. But I just don't see anybody how people are gonna eliminate some of these specific guys. Maybe Goldberg and Brock Lesnar might end up eliminating each other. I don't know how that's going to really play out. They might be in there for a while. Braun Strowman, I would love to see him win. But honestly, I think Bray Wyatt should win. I would love to see Bray Wyatt win. And maybe Finn Balor might win. But I can't really say that there's going to be what specific superstar. Is it going to be a Raw superstar? Is it going to be a SmackDown superstar? Or maybe it's going to be a surprise returning superstar that's probably going to win. I think Kurt Angle's going to be in the Rumble, even though he's a Hall of Famer. He's being inducted in the Hall of Fame this year at WrestleMania. Jeff Hardy might make a return. And I don't know who else could come back. I know we haven't seen Eric Rowan. Maybe Eric Rowan might be in from the Wyatt family. He might be in the Royal Rumble. But I don't know. It's too good. It's just so unpredictable, and that's what I really like about this. We don't know. We don't have our eyes on a specific superstar to win this, like we did last year with Roman Reigns when the eyes were against him. But I don't know who's gonna be in this Royal Rumble. It's so unpredictable. But I love this about the Royal Rumble, and I can't wait to watch it. So I think I'll probably return with a reactions video, share who won, and get my thoughts about the winners and the matches itself, and maybe the pay-per-view as a whole later tonight after I watch it, maybe. But it depends on what happens. I don't know. But if you are a WWE fan and you're excited for the Rumble, feel free to comment and let me know who you'd like to win. Maybe some surprise returning superstars you'd like to see return. Maybe some rumors that you heard about the show. Some surprise superstars that are supposed to come back on the show. Boogeyman. The Boogeyman might be in the Rumble just like he was last year. But I don't know. It's just so many good superstars, so many powerhouses. It could go either way. But let me know what you guys think about the Royal Rumble and who you like to win, and your predictions for tonight from the matches. So I have all the matches from the description of the video listed, and we're just gonna have to see what happens, because we don't know a clear winner. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting to really see who comes out on top. So thank you guys for watching this pretty long Royal Rumble predictions, but I had to get that out there and share it because I'm hyped for the event. Being a longtime WWE fan, I'm excited to see what happens and see who comes out on top for the Rumble. But now that I think about it, I just feel like maybe Goldberg and Lesnar might be the last few superstars. Undertaker, they might be the last few superstars left in the ring. But who knows when they're going to come in the match, because I think if you're numbered, who's going to be the first two competitors? I think Goldberg's going to be one of the first ones. But I don't know what's going to happen. Thanks for watching. I'm excited for the Rumble, and I can't wait to watch it and see who comes out on top and who will headline WrestleMania and what championship they're going to go for. Who knows what's going to happen for the WWE writers.